Hello, hello, hello. Thank you all very much. Thank you all very much. It's time to begin. It's time to begin. Let's settle down. Thank you all very much. 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 It's time to begin. It's time to begin. Let's settle down. Let's settle down. Let's settle down. Thank you all very much. Thank you all very much. Let's take our seats. Let's take our seats. Let's take our seats. Let's take our seats. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Let's take our seats. Let's take our seats. Let's take our seats. It's time to begin. Time to begin. Time to begin. Let's take our seats. Let's take our seats. Thank you all very much. Gentlemen in the gallery, let's take our seats. It's time to begin. It's time to begin. Let's take our seats. Let's settle down. It's time to begin. Gentlemen in the gallery, kindly find a seat. Kindly find a seat. Let's settle down. Let's settle down. Thank you all very much. Can we have some silence, please? So you are welcome to the 2025 edition of the National Science and Math Quiz. This is the Central Regional Championship, and this is the final. In this contest, we have St. Augustine's College, Mfantsipim School, University Practice, and Wesley Girls High School. So in our usual fashion, before we begin each contest, let's settle down, let's settle down. We know you're all eager to witness the contest, but let's settle down. Mfantsipim, gentlemen in the gallery, thank you very much. So in our usual fashion, before we begin each contest, some brief announcements before we begin. We are privileged to have in our midst the Managing Director of Primetime Limited, the producers of the illustrious National Science and Maths Quiz, present here in this auditorium, the person of Miss Nanekria Mensah-Bonsu. Please let's give her a round of applause as she shares with us a brief welcome address.
Hello, Central. Hello, Central. It's really, really good to see you. It's really, really good to see you and to be here with you today. You've been making waves. I'm sure you've seen that online. You've been making waves. People are following the contest, and so we are here to crown it with the finals. We have a lot of people here who are here to see your performance and how well you're doing. So I would like to say thank you to the Regional Director, Madam Juliet. Dr. Juliet Dromo is here. The Regional Director of Education is here to see you. Thank you for your support. We also have a team here from Ohio University. That's my alma mater. They are here to support, to see how you're doing. So please wow them so that they can see that you're good material. So I don't want us to waste too much time. Time is already fast spent. I would like to urge the supporters, please allow the contestants to hear what is going on upstage. When you make a lot of noise, especially when the quiz mistress is speaking, your school may not even hear the question to be able to give the appropriate answer. Please comport yourselves. Let's have a very enjoyable program, and all the best to the schools. Agustines, Mfantsipim, University Practice, Wesley Girls High School, all the best to you. May the best school win. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nanekua Mensah. Please, let's give her a round of applause. Thank you very much, Mfantsipim. University Practice, thank you very much. Thank you all very much. All right, so let's continue with the proceedings. We're also privileged to have in our midst Dr. and Mrs. Juliet Dufio-Otame. She is the Central Regional Director for Education. Please, let's give her a round of applause. We also have Madam Rebecca Kwenu. She is also the PRA from the Ghana Education Service Central Region. Please, let's give her a round of applause. All right, thank you very much. So I'd like to invite Dr. and Mrs. Juliet Dufio-Otame to share some brief words with us. Please, let's give her a round of applause. Let's invite her properly.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Distinguished guests, heads of second cycle institutions present, Prime Time, the team from Prime Time, and our distinguished guests from Ohio University that are here to join us, esteemed teachers and coaches, students, contestants, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you greetings from the Central Regional Education Office and the entire directorate. It is with great joy and deep pride that I stand here this afternoon before you today at the grand finale of the 2025 edition of the Regional National Science and Mathematics Quiz in the Central Region. This occasion is not only a celebration of academic excellence, but also a reaffirmation of our shared commitment to promoting science and mathematics education at the highest level. This competition has over the years grown into a prestigious platform that showcases the brilliance, creativity, and intellectual dexterity of our young scholars here in the Central Region, known as the Hub of Education in Ghana. We are proud to be part of this tradition of excellence. Today, we celebrate not only competitions, but also collaborations, innovations, and the unrelenting spirit of inquiry that defines education. To all the participating schools, I say Aiko. You have demonstrated exceptional discipline, preparation, and knowledge. Whether you take home the trophy or not, your journey to this grand finale speaks volumes about your determination and the quality of support you have received from your teachers, coaches, and school leadership. To our finalists, you represent the best of what our region has to offer. the future scientists, future science and maths teachers, future technologists and engineers, as well as problem solvers in Ghana. Let this moment inspire you to reach greater heights. And let it remind you that with curiosity, hard work, and perseverance, you can achieve anything. I therefore wish to extend my sincere appreciation to all stakeholders, especially Prime Time. Nadekia and your team, Aiko, we are so proud that you have partnered with GES, you have partnered with school heads, teachers, as well as our students, your unwavering support and partnership has made the event a success. Your contribution to nurturing scientific talent is deeply commendable. The world is moving rapidly towards innovation and technology, and we must prepare our students to compete globally and contribute meaningfully to national development. Through continued investment in STEM education, not just in classroom, but through initiatives like this. As we crown the champions today, let this be the beginning of new aspirations. Congratulations to all contestants. You have made all of us proud. And on this note, we say thank you for availing yourselves for today's competition to become a wonderful and a historic one. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mrs. Juliet Dufio-Otame. Please, let's give her a round of applause once more. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get down to business. Contestants, you can come up on stage. Substitutes to the middle row. Substitutes kindly move to the front. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much, gentlemen in the gallery. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mfantsipim School, thank you. St. Agustines, thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you all very much, gentlemen in the gallery. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mfantsipim. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much. I believe everyone else. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I believe every school has gotten an equal opportunity to cheer their contestants on. So we're about to begin the contest. The final of the Central Regional Championship is going to be moderated by Dr. Anita Opon. She's a lecturer from the University of Ghana, Legon, at the Department of Chemistry. Please, let's give her a round of applause as she makes her way on stage. Some few announcements before we begin. First and foremost, friends in the audience with their musical instruments, please desist from using these instruments during the contest. Your colleagues who are on stage now have done all the hard work, and at this point they need 100% attention. And so the slightest noise from you down here is going to go a long way to disrupt them on stage, so please. The musical instruments, that's the end of their use in this auditorium. If your school gets an answer right, you can cheer them on, no problem at all. But once the quiz mistress begins to read the next question, please let your cheering cease so that the other schools can also get an equal opportunity to speak, an equal opportunity to hear their question clearly. I believe this is a fair deal. All right. Thank you all very much. Contestants, give us a good show. May the best school win. Oh, please give a round of applause.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2025 Regional Championship. Today we bring you the final contest from the Central Region. And it features Wesley Girls High School, Mfantsipim School, St. Agustines College, and University Practice Senior High School. So, before we meet the contestants, let's go through the prizes at stake. The school that comes fourth will get 1,000 Ghana cedis. The third school will go home with 2,000 Ghana cedis. And the second school will go home with 3,000 Ghana cedis. And the champion of the Central Region will go home with 4,000 Ghana cedis and a customized flag to symbolize their bragging right of being the Central Regional Champions. Now let's meet the contestants. University Practice Senior High School is represented by
Saki Koko Reginald
and
Kwachi Derek.
So, Reginald and Derek, what should we expect from you in this contest?
We've worked very hard for this day, and we thank God for all that He's done for us. And we promise that we are going to give up our best.
They said they promised to give their best. So we will see. St. Augustine's College is represented by
Dati Harold Adama.
Boafo Nana Benyin.
Nana Benyin and Harold. What should we expect from you?
Okay. The Lord has brought us this far. And now that you are here, we expect that the Lord, our God, Jehovah Nisi, who has brought us this far, will see us to victory.
Okay, I wish you all the best. Mfantsipim School is represented by
Benjamin Kwejobuachi Enim.
and
Ahmed Tijani.
okay. So I forgot to add that Mfantsipim is our reigning champion. So what do you have for us in this contest?
We know how well we have prepared, and we know the God who brought us here. So we know that He will send us to where He has promised to send us to. Thank you.
Okay. Now, Wesley Girls High School is represented by
Akota J final year. Selassie Akota J final year.
Okay. Serum and Selassie, what should we expect from you two?
Okay. So the Lord has been gracious to us in our previous contest, and we pray that the glory of the Lord will be made manifest through us this contest. And you see us do it. Amen.
Amen. Okay. So, the Goal Regional Championship is proudly sponsored by Goal PLC and supported by Momo from MTN and Joy News. We also want to acknowledge the support from CHAS in preparing these brilliant students to participate in the contest. I am Dr. Anita Opon, your quiz mistress, and this is a primetime production. Thank you. Okay, so this contest has 4 rounds. I will start from round 1. In this round, questions are to each school. Contestants, you have 10 seconds or 30 seconds if the question involves calculation, within which to give an answer on a one attempt. If the answer you give is correct, the school gets a maximum point of 3. If that answer is incorrect, I will pass the statement or the question on for a bonus. The first school to ring the bell will be given the opportunity to answer for 1 point if it's correct, but a deduction of 1 point if it is incorrect. Please, if I have not ruled on the answer, do not press your bell. You can only press the bell if the school has been bailed out or I have given a verdict on the answer that it is incorrect. Is that okay? Right. With that, we start round 1. It's a preamble to all schools. A particle moving in the xy plane has constant acceleration equal to 3I plus 4j, all in meters per second squared. For the given particle velocity, find the magnitude of the component that remains constant throughout the particle's motion. I give the preamble again. A particle moving in the xy plane has constant acceleration equal to 3I plus 4j, all in meters per second squared. For the given particle velocity, find the magnitude of the component that remains constant throughout the particle's motion. Wesley Girls High School, your question is 15I plus 25j, all in meters per second. Yes, Sarah.
We have 10 meters per second squared.
That's incorrect. For a bonus, Mfantsipim School, your question is 5I minus 10j, all in meters per second. Yes, go on.
We have root 5, all in meters per second squared.
Incorrect. Okay. St. Augustine's College, yours is 5I plus 10j, all in meters per second. Yes, Nana Benyin.
0 meters per second.
No. For a bonus. University Practice Senior High School. Negative 35I minus 25j, all in meters per second. Yes. Derek.
We have 5 root 74, all in meter per second.
No. For a bonus. For a bonus. Okay. So, for a unit vector perpendicular to the vector, you would have 4 over 5I minus 3 over 5j. So you have to find the absolute value of the magnitude of the vectors multiplying that perpendicular vector. Okay, so the first one, the answer is 3 meters per second. The second one, the answer was 10 meters per second. And the third one, the answer is 2 meters per second. The last one, the answer is 13 meters per second. Another preamble. Express the given number as a sum of two squares. Express the given number as a sum of two squares. Wesley Girls High School, 233. Yes, Selassie.
You have 13 squared plus 8 squared.
Incorrect. Yes, St. Augustine's for a bonus.
It is 12 squared plus 4 squared.
Incorrect. Mfantsipim School, 265. Yes, Benjamin.
It is 14 squared plus 8 squared.
Incorrect. University practice for a bonus.
14 squared plus 13 squared.
No. St. Augustine's College, 250.
Fi 15 squared plus 5 squared.
No. Yes.
9 squared plus 13 squared.
No. University practice. 202. St. Augustine's for a bonus.
11 squared plus 9 squared.
No. So, the question said, express the given number as the sum of two squares. Yes, 13 squared plus 18 squared, but I wanted the number. 13 squared is 169. 8 squared is 64. So for the first one, the answer is 169 plus 64. The second one, 144 plus 121. The third one, 225 plus 25. And the fourth one, 121 plus 81. So please listen carefully. Another set. Name the plant hormone responsible for the given process. I'll give you a process, and you have to give me the plant hormone responsible for that process. Wesley Girls High School, stomatal closure due to water stress. Yes.
Abscisic acid.
That's correct. Mfantsipim School, sunflower plants turning towards the sun.
Oxen.
That's correct. St. Augustine's College. A rotten orange spoiling the whole harvest.
Ethylene.
Yes. University practice. Coconut milk causing plant cells to undergo division.
Cytokinin.
That's correct. Another preamble. Predict the hybridization of the central atom in the given molecule. Predict the hybridization of the central atom in the given molecule. Wesley Girls High School. Molecules with 2 bonding pairs and no non-bonding pair. Yes.
Okay. SP, hybridization.
Yes. Mfantsipim School, molecules with 3 bonding pairs and 1 non-bonding pair. Yes, Ahmed.
sp3 hybridization.
Yes. St. Augustine's College, molecule with 3 bonding pairs and no non-bonding pair.
sp2 hybridization.
Yes. University practice, molecule with 4 bonding pairs and no non-bonding pair.
SP.
Oh, go on.
SP3.
Yes. Another preamble. Provide the systematic name of the major product formed in the given oxidation reaction. Provide the systematic name of the major products formed in the given oxidation reaction. Wesley Girls High School, the oxidation of ethanol with a strong oxidizing agent. Example, KMNO4. Yes, Sarah.
Ethanoic acid.
That's correct. Mfantsipim School. The oxidation of 1-propanol with a mild oxidizing agent. Example, PCC.
Propanol.
Yes. St. Augustine's College. The oxidation of 2-methyl-2-propanol with a strong oxidizing agent. Yes.
No product.
Yes. University practice. The oxidation of cyclohexanol with a strong oxidizing agent.
So we have cyclohexanoic acid.
Incorrect. St. Augustine's for a bonus.
Cyclohexanone.
Yes. Another preamble. Give the site of action of the given enzyme in the human digestive system. Give the site of action of the given enzyme in the human digestive system. Wesley Girls High School, Maltase.
In the mouth.
The
mouth.
Incorrect. St. Augustine's for a bonus.
The duodenum.
Yes. Mfantsipim School, Pepsin.
The stomach.
Yes. St. Augustine's College, Peptidase.
The duodenum.
Yes. And university practice, salivary amylase.
The mouth.
Yes. Another preamble. Solve the given inequality expressing your answer in the form m less than x less than n. Solve the given inequality expressing your answer in the form m less than x less than n. Wesley Girls High School, 5 minus 2x less than x plus 20 less than 30 minus x. Yes, Selassie.
Now, x is such that negative 5 less than x less than 5.
Yes. Mfantsipim School, 3 plus x less than 2x plus 7 less than x plus 15.
So x is such that negative 4 less than x less than 8.
That's correct. St. Augustine's College, 2x minus 5 less than 3x plus 10 less than 2x plus 7.
So x is such that negative 15 less than x less than negative 3.
That's correct. University practice, 9 minus 2x less than x plus 3 less than 15 minus 2x.
X is such that 2 less than x less than 4.
Incorrect. For a bonus, two less than x less than 6. Wesley Girls High School, Find the wavelength of the fundamental mode of a 3.0 meter stretch string fixed at both ends. Yes, Sarah.
.0 meters.
Yes. Mfantsipim School. Find the length of a stretch string fixed at both ends, vibrating with only two antinodes, 0.50 meters apart. Yes.
We have 2.0 meters.
Incorrect. St. Augustine's College for a bonus.
0.50 meters.
No. It is 1.0 meters. St. Augustine's College. Find the wavelength of the mode of a 0.45 meters stretch string fixed at both ends that has three antinodes. Yes, Harold.
0.30 meters.
Yes. University practice. Find the length of a stretch string fixed at both ends of fundamental mode wavelength 0.40 meters. Yes.
0.20 meters.
That is correct. And that ends round one.
Good energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP will fill ya, huh? Will be feel. Goil, good energy. Ja, ja, ja.
She's coming. She's coming.
Oh, it's in.
Radar received now.
Boss, let's go back.
coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming. Oh.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with Momo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
So, before I give the scores for round 1, some corrections and petitions to address. So, the first set of math questions where they were to express the given number as a sum of 2 squares, we didn't specifically say they should give it as numbers instead of the squares. So, consultants said to accept the answers given. Wesley Girls Senior High School gave a correct answer. St. Augustine's College gave a correct answer. University Practice also gave correct answers. Then the second set of math questions for University Practice, the answer should be 2 less than x less than 4. So that is also correct. At the end of round 1, Mfantsipim School 15 points, Wesley Girls High School 18 points, University Practice 18 points, St. Augustine's College 21 points. Round 2. Round 2. In this round, questions are to each, the whole team. It's simultaneous. The first school to ring the bell to give a correct answer, 3 points. The second school that rings the bell and gives a correct answer, 2 points. The third school or the fourth school that rings the bell to give a correct answer, 1 point. All incorrect answers, a deduction of 1 point. As you can see, the points are very precious. So when you ring your bell, remember that you have 3 seconds within which to start giving an answer, or you hear the bell. Once you hear that bell, I will move on to the next school without taking your answer, and you will lose a precious point. So ensure that your answer is ready when you ring the bell. We start round 2. 30 seconds. A single 10 circular loop of radius 14 centimeters lies in a uniform 0.50 Tesla magnetic field. Find the magnetic flux linking the loop if the normal to its plane makes an angle of 60 degrees with the magnetic field. St. Augustine's College.
The flux is 1.5 by 10. This 10 is raised to an exponent of negative 2 Weber.
Yes. Seconds. Find the equilibrium temperature attained by combining 200 grams of water at 40 degrees Celsius with 100 grams of water at 82 degrees Celsius. University Practice.
It is given as 54 degrees Celsius.
That's correct. seconds. A series resistor network is made up of a 2 ohm, a 4 ohm, and an 8 ohm resistor connected in that order, and in series with a 0.5 ampere current source. Find the voltage. St. Augustine's College.
It is 7 volts.
Incorrect. Did anyone read? Okay. Find the voltage across the edges. Mfantsipim School.
2 volts.
Incorrect. Find the voltage across the adjacent pair of resistors with the least total resistance. Wesley Girls High School.
3 volts.
Yes. 30 seconds. Find the coordinates of the points where the line 3x minus 5y equals 15 cuts the axis. St. Augustine's College.
The point has x coordinate of 5 and a y coordinate of 0. And then another point is then the x coordinate is positive 0, and then the y coordinate is negative 3.
Yes. Okay, next. Seconds. A sequence is defined by the recurrence relation u with the subscript n plus 1 equal to 3 u to the subscript n minus 5. If u1 equals 2, Wesley Girls High School.
We have the next term to be equals to 1, and the other term to be equals to negative 2, and the next term to be equals to negative 11.
Yes. The coordinates of the stationary points of the curve y equals x squared plus 2 over x. Mfantsipim School.
The coordinates of the stationary point are square root of 2, comma.
No. 4. University practice.
The coordinates are 1, 3 or negative 1, negative 1.
Incorrect. 1. Wesley Girls.
A point with x coordinate 1 and y coordinate 3.
Yes. Okay. 10 seconds. Which electrochemical change self-propagates along neuron fibers? Nerve impulse. 10 seconds. What are monotremes? University practice.
They are living organisms, specifically mammals, that possess the ability to lay eggs.
Yes. Sorry, 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Name the plant parts that transport organic nutrients from leaves. University practice.
The phloem tissue in the leaves.
Yes. 30 seconds. A radionuclide sample has a mass of 128 grams. After 40 days, only... Yes.
The half-life is 8 days.
Yes. Seconds. An ester has a molecular mass of 74 grams per mole and contains 48.6% carbon, 8.2% hydrogen, and 43.2% oxygen. Determine its molecular formula. University practice.
C3H8O2.
Incorrect. 3. St. Augustine's.
It is C.
Into the microphone, please.
C3H6O2.
Yes. The last question for round 2. So this one is 10 seconds. What is the total number of atoms in the empirical formula of 2-methyl-but? Yes.
It is positive 17.
No. Who else rang? Okay, in 2-methyl-but, 2. Yes.
3.
Yes. And that ends round 2. So, before I give the scores for round 2, some corrections for round 1. Yes. So the math questions that they were supposed to give the answer per the square roots, the squares, the sum of squares. So the question to university practice, you were bailed out, and then St. Augustine's took it as a bonus. So there has to be some corrections to the scores. So at the end of round 1, the scores are University Practice Senior High School, 14 points. Mfantsipim School, 15 points. Wesley Girls High School, 18 points. St. Augustine's College, 23 points. So at the end of round 2, Mfantsipim School, 13 points. University Practice, 24 points. Wesley Girls High School, 25 points. St. Augustine's College, 29 points. And before round 3, substitution. Wesley Girls High School, We have Michelin Amma coming in for Serum. And then for Mfantsipim School, Mohammed Mahama coming in for Ahmed Tijani. St. Augustine's. I can't find it. Okay, round 3. In this round, statements are posed to each school. Contestants, you have 10 seconds within which to let me know if the statement I made is true or false. Correct answer, 2 points. An incorrect answer, deduction of 1 point, so you don't guess. You may abstain from answer the question, and I will pass that statement on. The first school to ring the bell will have the opportunity to answer for 2 points if it's correct, but a deduction of 1 point if it is incorrect. For this round, I start from Wesley Girls High School. Oxidation of N2 to NH4 plus in plants occur in plant noodles or noodles. Yes, Michelin.
False.
It's false. In Mfantsipim School, rhizobium is responsible for nodulation in plants.
True.
Yes. St. Augustine's College, nodulation is characteristic of legumes.
True.
Yes. University practice. Rhizobium is responsible for nitrogen fixation in plants.
True.
Yes. A preamble. A and B are real numbers. A and B are real numbers. Wesley Girls High School, the root of A squared equals A. Yes.
False.
False. Mfantsipim School, the root of A squared equals negative A.
False.
False. St. Augustine's College, the root of A squared equals the magnitude of A. Absolute magnitude of A. Speak into the microphone, please.
False.
No. University practice. The square root of A squared B squared equals absolute value of AB.
False.
No. Okay. Wesley Girls High School, elements with high electronegativity usually have low electron affinity.
False.
Yes. In Mfantsipim School, chlorine has the highest electron affinity value of all elements. The microphone is off.
It's not off.
True.
Yes. St. Augustine's College, electron affinity is always a positive value.
False.
Yes. University practice, non-metals tend to have higher electron affinities than metals.
True.
Yes. A preamble. Consider the gravitational field near the surface of the Earth. Consider the gravitational field near the surface of the Earth. Wesley Girls High School. The local field strength is approximately uniform.
True.
Yes. In Mfantsipim School, the local field strength does not conform to the inverse square law.
False.
False. St. Augustine's College, the local field is conservative.
False.
No. University practice, the potential of the field vanishes on Earth's surface.
True.
No. Wesley Girls High School, if the diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other, then it is a rhombus. Mfantsipim for a bonus.
False.
False. Your statement in Mfantsipim School. In a kite, the diagonals bisect the vertex angles.
False.
Yes. St. Augustine's College. In a rhombus, the diagonals bisect each other perpendicularly.
True.
Yes. University practice. If the diagonals of a quadrilateral are perpendicular, then it is a kite.
False.
Yes. Wesley Girls High School. All nitrates are soluble in water, irrespective of the cation involved.
True.
Yes. In Mfantsipim School, most carbonates are insoluble in water, with few exceptions.
True.
Yes. St. Augustine's College, all hydroxides are soluble regardless of the metal cation.
False.
Yes. University practice, sulfates of barium and calcium are insoluble in water.
True.
Yes. A preamble. A species is distinct because it has. A species is distinct because it has Wesley Girls High School morphology that is different from that of others. Yes.
False.
No. Mfantsipim School, members with one gene pool. Yes, Bahama.
False.
Incorrect. St. Agustines College, members that are not reproductively isolated from others.
False.
Yes. University practice, members that interbreed unsuccessfully.
False.
Yes. The last set of statements for round 3. Wesley Girls High School, the mobility of free electrons and the mobility of free holes are equal in pure silicon. Yes, Selassie.
False.
Yes. Mfantsipim School, the concentration of free electrons and the concentration of free holes are equal in pure silicon.
True.
Yes. St. Augustine's College, the mobility of free holes is greater than the mobility of free electrons in p-type silicon.
True.
No. Practice. The concentration of free electrons is greater than the concentration of free holes in p-type silicon.
False.
Yes, and that ends round 3. I give the scores for round 3, some petitions to address. The second set of biology questions is read, a species is distinct because it has. So this petition is from Wesley Girls High School. So Wesley Girls said false, because species are not defined only by having a different morphology from others. Instead, a species is typically defined as a group of organisms that can interbreed naturally, produce. Okay, so they gave a definition. So actually, Linnaeus actually did all his classification based on morphology. So a species can be distinguished based on morphology. So it's a true statement. So this doesn't hold. The same set of biology questions, this was to Mfantsipim School. So their statement was members with one gene pool. And Mfantsipim said false, because a gene pool can have mutations that can lead to inability to interbreed. Yes, the moment you have mutations, it's a different gene set, so it's a different gene pool. That makes it a different species. So a species will have one gene pool, so it's a true statement. This also doesn't hold. So at the end of round 3, Mfantsipim School, 28 points. University Practice, 34 points. Wesley Girls High School, 36 points. St. Augustine's College, 36 points. Looks like round 4 is going to be the deciding round. Yes. At stake in this round is the Goal Riddle Bonanza, which will reward a school that solves 3 out of the 4 riddles or all 4 riddles correctly. At this stage, if you solve 3 riddles correctly, the team gets 200 cedis. If you solve all 4 riddles correctly, the team gets 400 cedis. The Goal Riddle Bonanza is proudly sponsored by Goal Good Energy. And if you look here, we have the plaque here. This is the only key to which you can brag as the regional champion. This is a reminder, okay? In this round, I'll be reading clues to one particular thing. You can stop me at any time by ringing your bell. Anytime you think you have an answer. If you give your answer, taking into account the 3 seconds rule, when I'm on the first clue, 5 points. Second clue, 4 points. Any other number of clues thereafter, 3 points. But if you are unsuccessful, you would have to sit out for that riddle. Join us when we move to the next riddle. Are we okay? All right. Okay. St. Augustine's, your bell. Mfantsipim School. Wesley Girls High School. Okay. So the bells are all working. The first riddle. I am a particle emitted in certain radioactive decay processes. I am the most commonly ejected particle in cluster emission. St. Augustine's College.
Alpha particle.
Yes. 4 points. I was on the second clue, 4 points. I am a 3-digit palindromic number. I am an even number. The sum of my digits is 21. My 3rd digit is a Q. Wesley Girls High School.
858.
Yes. 3 points. I have been used for years. No, I am not the binomial system of nomenclature. I am older. I am made up of a string of names. My first name has been adopted as the yes.
Trinomial nomenclature.
Incorrect. As the junior's name in the binomial system of nomenclature. Who am I? University practice.
So you are monomial system of nomenclature.
Wesley Girls High School.
International Code for Nomenclature.
No. Mfantsipim School.
The genus system of nomenclature.
So, who knows? Who knows? Okay. The answer is the polynomial system of nomenclature. The last riddle. I am a process that results in a decrease in the increase in the number of chemical compounds. I occur without the elimination of any small molecules or byproducts. Wesley Girls High School.
You are an addition polymerization reaction.
That is correct. Hey, 4 points. And that ends round 4. the end of the contest. At the end of the contest, this has been an intense one. Hello? Go on. Yes. We've come to the end of the contest. This has been an intense one, but we have a winner. At the end of the contest, Mfantsipim School, 28 points. University Practice Senior High School, 34 points. St. Agustines College, 40 points. Wesley Girls High School wins with 43 points. So, we have a new champion. We have a new champion. The champion for the Central Region for National Science and Math Quiz Regional Qualifiers 2025 is Wesley Girls High School. Thank you for joining us for this contest. The GOL Regional Championship is proudly sponsored by GOL with support from Momo from MTN and Joy News. I am Dr. Anita Oponyo, quiz mistress, and this is a primetime production. Thank you.